Well, hello ladies and gents, we are getting into Wrestling's 2024 annual ever awards on this channel. Before we get into my awards that are more opinion based to me and who I choose that rightfully deserve each award that I am giving to this year, 2024, remember to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps us with that channel and we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And also too, if you like more wrestling content like this, stay tuned because we got more on the way and I know you'll like more content like this. But let's get into these awards. Wrestling Awards of 2024. First award we have is Babyface of the Year. And there's been many great baby faces, you could say, throughout all of wrestling that you could choose from. You know, your Will Ospreays, your Jay Whites, you know, your WWE, you got, like someone like Sami Zayn, a Jey Uso. But the one person I say is the biggest babyface who had a phenomenal year as a babyface, and that is Cody Rhodes. This is a perfect example of the road to WrestleMania 40 in the whole story leading to tonight's main events of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes having that great 2-year story of chasing the championship his father never won, winning the championship in the main event of WrestleMania 40 night 2, plus to him basically being that next face for the multiple years of the company, bringing back people enjoying white meat babyfaces, your basic babyfaces, people actually wanting to cheer for a babyface. And the biggest thing for this too is that people wanted Rock versus Roman for years and years and years. But the minute Rock comes in and try to mess with things, they fit the whole movement of hashtag we want Cody and made the Rock turn heel, and they booed the Rock and cheered Cody over the Rock. That just shows how much of an influence and how much of a face you really, really are. And so that just speaks so many volumes on why Cody Rhodes is the best babyface of 2020. Then we get into the heel of the year, and I have to give that to Drew McIntyre. There's been so many great heels for different feuds and different ways they have done things throughout the year. Drew McIntyre just ups it to another level. You don't think he can get better, but he gets better. Drew McIntyre elevated his game. One of Drew McIntyre's even better moments too, start beginning of this year, is that it all was an elevation throughout the beginning of this year because it wasn't even supposed to be on WrestleMania. Having great promo segments as a heel, having great one-liners against CM Punk and Seth Rollins, even one of the classic lines against Sheamus, doesn't look like banger after banger, looks burger after burger. And just don't even get me started on his way to really cut a great promo as a heel and really gets the fans in. Even though he is a justified heel, gets the fans really riled in to even boo him, even though he is right. Plus too, this man's social media game is so great. Yeah, you have some people who know how to use social media as a heel or a face. Drew McIntyre takes it to another level. He has mastered the craft of how to be a great heel on the internet. From one of his greatest things that him tweeting in the middle of a match against Seth Rollins saying bored at work, and then the aftermath after he ended up getting cashed in on by Drew McIntyre, and just all the tweets that he did leading to him in his CM Punk feud, and even the biggest one, the Jack Perry one, when he posted that, internet went wild, and he still continues to this day posting stuff. His stuff of memes and jokes he posts on the internet, it's just so amazing, and he works at it so well, and it's so entertaining to see what Drew McIntyre does. It's just this entire year of a span has shown why Drew McIntyre is the greatest heel of 2024. Then we get into the best promo of the year, and there was other great candidates. You had the stuff with Cody and Rock, Cody Roman. You could have even had more stuff Cody and Punk leading up to the Royal Rumble. My winner for the best promo of the year / segment, and that is CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. And the whole promo segment was great. All three of them worked so well with each other in many moments, and CM Punk being like, who chose you? Who? And just all three of them with the level of intensity, they were all able to free flow together and make an absolutely wonderful segment that just works so well. Then we get into PLE of the year. And yeah, many people can say, oh, it was SummerSlam, it was Backlash. There's been many good pay-per-views this year, but I say WrestleMania 40, especially Night 2, is one of the perfect moments of everybody winning every match. From a banger match between Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton at WrestleMania 40 Night 2 in a great match, even though I didn't want Logan Paul to walk out as champion. You also had a banger opening match with Seth Rollins and Drew, the perfect moments of Drew McIntyre tweeting in the middle of the match, and just all finisher fest was a great match, and Drew McIntyre getting his moment, finally winning the gold. And then you also had the great moment of Damian Priest cashing in. And then you also go to a banger of a match between Bayley versus Io. And then having Bayley get a final big singles moment for both, getting their singles moment for both women, and putting on a phenomenal match, and Bayley winning the gold in a singles match at WrestleMania 40. Absolutely amazing. Then you had Cody Rhodes finishing his, to me, I thought it was an amazing PLE. Then we get into Booker of the Year, and many people can have many different opinions, mainly from like Tony Khan, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and others, but to me, I have to give Shawn Michaels Booker of the Year. Even though people may think NXT is corny, and I feel like Shawn Michaels has done a great job. One of the things I like that he does is he addresses the issues when they happen. He doesn't try to longer them and wait for a long time, but also too, he doesn't do the over-the-top storytelling that takes 50 years and drags or pause stories, gets to the stories, it creates moment, and works with this developmental who are not the most talented people, and works them up to get something that's better, and makes great storylines, great stars, and is leading one of the greatest women's divisions, and consistently outshine and books all other wrestling promotions the greatest women's division we've seen in a very long time. Shawn Michaels just knows how to book great stories, great matches, and everything is so great. Of course, there's some issues with the men's main eventing and other stuff, and some storylines being a little bit iffy, but overall Shawn Michaels does an amazing job as a booker. Then we get into /rookie/breakout star of the year. And it's kind of hard to say rookie or breakout star because people NXT that debuts, people in AEW that debuts, but they have years of experience in other places. It's all just kind of confusing, but I'd say a person who's had a great rookie year and breakout year, that is Mariah May in AEW. From the year she's had of building up her name, from debuting this year in 2024, building up her name, and then building up how she was, character and everything getting better and better, then having an amazing heel turn on Toni Storm, super bloody, super brutal, which is absolutely amazing. And then also having another amazing, and then having an amazing match at All In is absolutely freaking amazing. I feel like everything from Mariah May, she's gotten herself over, character works great, in-ring works great, she is phenomenal in promo. I don't think her promo game gets talked about enough. Like, she is amazing at promos, and I feel like she just checked all the boxes that year and made her a name in the wrestling industry. And I cannot wait to see what's next for our current women's champion in AEW, Mariah May, because she's had one heck of a year in 2024. Then we get into most improved wrestler of the year, and there is many names you could say. You could say Kyle Fletcher, Nia Jax. To me, I think the most improved women, and I think she outshines them all, is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan doesn't get enough flowers at what she said. People can give her too much hate. I feel like she's really worked hard. Having a 200-day reign, even though it's been kind of iffy here and there, she's improved in the ring and gotten way better, putting all that hard work in, working, on the mic skills, they've gotten better. And one of the biggest things I thought of it is that her character work, because to me, when I first saw Liv Morgan, I thought she was lower mid-card, division. Her working herself to be a top player in the women's main event scene, boosting her character work way higher than I ever thought she could, and absolutely kills it in every single segment she in. Phenomenal. And this year has been about Liv Morgan from winning the championship, holding it for as long as she had, and has been a face as one of the biggest heels in the WWE currently right now. Just her character work all speaks volumes from how she was looking from when she returned at the Royal Rumble to where she is now. She's had one heck of a year and has improved so much. Liv Morgan has completely been one of the most improved wrestlers of 2024. And we have feud of the year, and I think it's pretty obvious what the feud of the year is. It's been CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Just how deep and just how personal and hatred this feud got was just so great. The promo segments was just so great. The matches were amazing. I feel like each match, first of all, was great because they did it month after month after month. It wasn't we had a month, one match 1 month, and then a couple months later they did it back to back to back to back. And then also just having where each each match just got more personal and hatred and heated and heated. The first match at SummerSlam, it was kind of goofy, not really showing all the violence that the feud had, but was like the first step in leading into the madness of this feud. Second match was that in between hatred and goofiness between those with the strap match, and then Hell in a Cell, complete and utter freaking blood. And then plus to CM Punk being the greatness that he is on the microphone, from Drew McIntyre's greatest, him elevating his game and getting better and helping CM Punk get better at the same time with his promo segments, plus his character work and just his stuff on the internet, bro. It was just so amazing, and I feel like no other feud can top CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. That feud was absolutely amazing. Match of the year, and there's been many great matches. Rhino Danielson versus Swerve, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania Night 2. You could say Bayley versus Io. I just have to give it to Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. That match should have been the main event. Was absolutely amazing. I loved the first of it that they kept it all in the cell. It didn't need, no one needed to be climbing the cell, going on top of it, leaving the cage. It was all contained violence of a personal, bitter hatred of a feud contained in a cell. That was probably one of the best Hell in a Cell matches ever. Of just a bloodbath of bloody matches. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre just bleeding profusely, especially Drew McIntyre. He was bleeding like crazy, and all the crazy spots that he drew from outside, landing onto a table, the claymores, all of it, just in that nasty brutal bump that Drew McIntyre hit on the side of the steps. I could just hear it in my head and remember how it looked and how nasty that looked. And then CM Punk winning and putting an end to a personal hatred feud of him and Drew McIntyre. It was just absolutely beautiful. That is a perfect story of a hatred of a feud leading to an epic, beautiful conclusion. Then we get into our next award, which is Moment of the Year. And there's been many great amazing moments. Sting's retirement, Mariah May turning on Toni Storm, Hangman Adam Page burning down Swerve Strickland's home, or like Damian Priest's cash in at WrestleMania, Bayley winning the title at WrestleMania. There's been so many amazing moments this year in WWE and AEW, but to me, one that has stuck out, probably the most obvious one, is Cody Rhodes winning the title. We've explained it so many times, the whole 2-year story, finally coming up to this moment of winning a championship his father never could, and having this great story leading up to WrestleMania 40, and a great match, great final minutes, all just accumulating to make the next big star, Cody Rhodes, in a wonderful, amazing moment I will always look back on many years later saying, wow, cannot believe that actually happened. Then we get into the best tag team of the year. This is not close. There's only been one tag team, and if you really want to put some other mentions, you could say Motor City Machine Guns for the small things that they did. Even say DIY kinda. The tag team division out of WWE, TNA, AEW, and all wrestling companies, tag team divisions has been horrible. It's just been not good, but there's only been 2 teams I feel like that have kept the men's or even women's tag team divisions, and this is my runner-up choice. It was Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill. They did an amazing job as tag champions. I just feel like this team has done more, and that is Fraction, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. They just never have a bad match. Even though the stories and the vision may not be as built up as many other divisions like on the main roster, or AEW, or TNA, just the name value, the matches themselves has really put a spotlight of how talented these two are, and they gel so much as a funny duo pairing and segments, just them together, bringing the best match out of anyone, especially their matches with the Wolf Dogs and Chase U, and even with No Quarter Catch Crew. Tag team matches has been, wow, just a master class for wrestling and storytelling. Has been so amazing and been carrying a whole tag division and keeping the spotlight high on what tag team wrestling is. It's been so amazing, and just Frag Sam is so well. They are just so well together. Absolutely amazing, and Frag Sam is one of the best tag teams of all of 2024. 2024. Then we get into Female Wrestler of the Year. And this is very selective on who you choose because there's been many great people this year. You could say Io Sky, Bianca, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Mariah May, Toni Storm. But to me, there's just been one woman that shined a bit more brighter than all the other women who I don't feel like gets as much as respect that she does just because she's in NXT, and that is your current NXT Women's Champion, the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. She is the greatest women's wrestler of 2024. From what she's done, having to carry a division on her back, because a lot of the women were in the sink or swim mode because they got the two biggest players on where there was Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Raquel. You had Roxanne Perez, you had to carry this division of people who are developmental, which is harder than more people who are just trying to build up names who already have years worth of wrestling in history. These are people who are developmental, may not know anything. And you have these women who they had a lot of women who are in between the mid card and the main event scene. They're in that little period where they're trying to move up to the main event scene. And her getting banger after banger match out of every single match. To me, she hasn't had a bad match. She's probably one of the purest, rounded, technical wrestlers that are out there. She is absolutely amazing in the ring. Every single feud has been absolutely great, and she's been able to elevate not just the title with her reign, but also to elevate her opponents and put them in a bigger spotlight, a bigger shine, and letting them get the biggest moments of their career of a sink or swim moment to showcase, hey, can you hang with the best? Can you be bigger star? Can you handle with me to be something bigger and greater leading into the future? Plus, too, she got to lead the charge, having a match with Jordynne Grace in an NXT TNA crossover that we never thought would happen. In a banger of a match like that, should have got more main events. Always putting on masterclass of matches. Plus, too, having two biggest signings of Julia and Stephanie Archer wanting to go to NXT because how great the women's division is, and face Roxanne Perez, and probably is one of the moving pieces on why they got the CW deal. Like, Roxanne Perez is one of the greatest women wrestlers in the entire planet, and I feel like she just does not get enough respect that she deserves. She is really outshined and outclassed everything else that she has done. She has given us one of probably the top, I say in the top two, and she's not number two, NXT women's title reigns in all of women's NXT history. Her title reign has absolutely been amazing. Matches, her elevating herself and her heel character and her work, it's just been amazing and so perfect and so amazing to see. And Roxanne Perez has been absolutely amazing, and she's had one heck of a 2024. And then we get into my male wrestler of the year, and there was many great choices. You could say, Roman Reigns, Braun Breakers, your Randys. You could also say Swerve. You could say Speedball Mike Bailey. You could even Will Ospreay. But to me, I think it's pretty obvious who's been the male wrestler of 2024, and that is Cody Rhodes. Just everything I've explained earlier in the video, all the things he's done throughout this entire year, having the 2-year-long story, having the whole crazy cinema making story leading up to WrestleMania 40, having the 2 nights of main events, having that amazing match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Even though his championship reign has been a little bit lackluster with feuds, his matches have been absolutely amazing. Get one of the biggest pops of the crowds, been the face of the company, the kids look up to him, and just bringing back what it means to be a babyface and being cheered for, being a 2-time Rumble winner. Just the list goes on and on and on, and he's had one heck of a phenomenal year. Cody Rhodes has truly been in a run of a lifetime this year. He's been the best male wrestler of 2024. But overall, for all these awards, I feel like even the people who weren't nominated, they still did a wonderful, fabulous job of this year, and maybe next year they may be on here. But either way, these are just all my thoughts, who I give awards to and who I feel like the rightful people deserve each award. Let me know down in the comments, who would you have for all of these awards, and who and why? Let me know down in the comments, and we're gonna have to see who will be on these awards next year and who will have a groundbreaking 2025. Gonna have to wait and find out. And that is all from me. So I'll see you all next time.